"Today is the day," said one friend, adjusting his grip on the mat. "We will get you to Jesus, whatever it takes." On a sunny day in the ancient town of Capernaum, the streets buzzed with excitement. The news spread like wildfire. Jesus was back in town. Children ran through the dusty roads, calling out to their friends. Parents spoke in hushed tones of the great healer they had heard so much about. Inside a small house by the road, the air was thick with anticipation, and the steady hum of a hopeful crowd filled the rooms. Jesus was teaching, his words dancing through the air, touching every heart that listened. Nearby, 4 friends wore determined expressions, their eyes locked on their friend who lay on a mat, unable to walk. His name was Levi, and he had been paralyzed for as long as he could remember. "Today is the day," said one friend, adjusting his grip on the mat. "We will get you to Jesus, whatever it takes." The journey was not easy. The streets were packed with people eager to hear Jesus speak. Doubts flickered briefly in Levi's mind. What if they can't get me there? But his friends were resolute. They reached the house, only to find that it was impossible to enter through the door with so many people blocking the way. One friend, a spark of mischief in his eye, whispered, "What about the roof?" A strange idea, but they all agreed it might work. Without hesitation, they began to climb, hoisting Levi carefully upwards, feeling the weight of their determination. The sun kissed their backs as they reached the roof. With gentle hands, they began to remove the tiles. Inside, Jesus paused, looking up at the commotion above him. Just as he smiled, a shaft of sunlight burst through the opening the friends had made. "Lower me down gently," Levi instructed, feeling a mix of adventure and nervousness swirling in his stomach. His friends obliged, lowering him carefully. The room below was silent with awe. Eyes wide as Levi descended right in front of Jesus. Jesus looked at Levi with kindness in his eyes that seemed to touch Levi's heart. "Your sins are forgiven," Jesus told him in a voice as warm as summer. The room filled with murmurs. "Who can forgive sins but God alone?" murmured the elders among themselves. Sensing their thoughts, Jesus turned to them with a question that silenced every doubt. Which is easier, to say, "Your sins are forgiven," or to say, "Get up and walk"? Then his eyes returned to Levi. "I tell you, get up, take your mat, and go home." A ripple of energy surged through Levi's body. Cautiously, he pushed himself up, feeling the firmness in his legs for the first time ever. He stood, shaky with disbelief and joy, and then broke into a wide smile. "I can walk!" he exclaimed, a feeling of wonder filling the room. Levi picked up his mat, his friends cheering loudly from above. They had done it. As Levi made his way out, the crowd parted, whispering and pointing, still amazed by what they had witnessed. And so Levi stepped outside, the crowd following him. He danced through the sunlit streets, singing praises of the healer who had not only given him the ability to walk, but had also touched his life with kindness and grace. Back in the house, the people were left buzzing with excitement, witnessing a miracle and basking in the hope that filled the air. In Capernaum that day, a simple house became a stage for faith, friendship, and an unforgettable miracle, all under the gaze of a man who was more than just a teacher.